Tim, wasn't All Out amazing? Such a great pay-per-view.
Meh.
The matches were awesome and just got better as the show went on. The debuts were cool. Wait. Did you just meh the pay-per-view?
I did.
It's what? What? How can you meh? This was a god tier of a pay-per-view.
It wasn't that good.
What? Ha! Woosa. Tell me how this wasn't a good pay-per-view.
Okay, let's see. The matches were okay. The results were predictable. They were WWE level predictable. The debuts, come on, the debuts weren't even shocking. We knew this was going to happen. We knew everything that was going to happen before it happened. You know what? This pay-per-view, it sucked. Sucked.
Sucked?
Sucked.
Okay.
Yeah. Sucked. It was so bad, I can't deal with AEW anymore. No. That's not good enough. That does not tell you how bad this pay-per-view sucked. It sucked so bad, I'm done with wrestling. Done!
Done with wrestling.
Yeah. No. That is still not good enough. All Out was so bad that I'm going back to WWE.
What?
You heard me. All Out blew it so much. I'm going to start watching WWE. But not just WWE. I'm going to start watching WWE Monday Night Raw.
So it was a good pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's time once again for As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we are going over All Out.
And then in another show, we're going over Heels, episode 4.
Four.
We're halfway there.
So far. But, yes. All Out, well, it was a pretty good pay-per-view. It was,
Meh.
it was adequate.
Meh.
It did the job it needed to do.
Meh.
Yeah, just, it was okay. A 2.5 out of 5.
Come on.
Right in the middle.
You had 3 ex-WWE stars who couldn't hack it in the E
absolute rejects showed up. I mean, completely. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was an amazing show. I enjoyed it as, like, saying... Okay, yeah.
Real quick. The debuts not being predictable and everything. Well, there was one debut that was not predictable.
No?
There was one.
Which one?
Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
Turo Suzuki.
Minoru
Suzuki.
I had no idea.
Yeah. When I heard that, and I didn't recognize the music, like, okay, someone's coming out, and people were cheering, like, okay, wait, is Daniel Bryan, like, is this, and then he came out, I'm like, oh, when I saw Suzuki come up on the screen, I'm like, no, I was like, oh my god, and he came out.
So, I gotta say, awesome thing of AEW's heel and face entrances. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love it, and I love the fact that it's the right side of the right side, the right tunnel that is the face, and left. Suzuki coming through the heel tunnel. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's just like, and he's just like looking around, like listening to the fans, like I don't think I've heard him get that big of a pop. And he's a popular wrestler.
I know,
but like it's just like the fact that
he was like, huh,
and it was a surprise, such a surprise, and then to see him lay into Moxley.
Yes.
And then he got Moxley so hard. Some of Moxley's blood from his elbow ended up on
him.
Yeah. It was just like, and they had their matchup last night.
By the way, those elbow shots that they were doing.
Yep.
At All Out looked better than their match in New Japan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest on that one. The ones that they had in New Japan, Suzuki was hitting because that's what he does.
Yeah.
It was Moxley who was holding back in that one. This time he's like, oh no, I know this guy can hold it now. Boom, boom.
He knows I can hit. I'll respect out him. Oh wait, he wanted me to hit him hard.
Oh.
Okay, I'll hit him hard this time.
He doesn't want just contact. Okay.
No. Okay. So yeah, that was a great surprise. Like that was like,
Now I have to ask the question: what did Jon Moxley do to piss off Japan?
I know.
I mean, really?
Exactly. So, but yes, this was a great pay-per-view. We both watched it on Monday.
Yes.
You surprisingly watched it before me.
I was up early on Monday for no apparent reason.
Yeah. So, like, I remember sending you a photo of, was it the Moxley? Or was it, oh no, it was Miro and,
Yeah, it was the opening
event.
match.
Yeah. And you're like, you're only there? I'm like, I just got home from work.
I was about to start the main event.
Okay. So it was just like, oh, it was like, you're watching it. Good for you.
By the way, so this has not happened to me for a while.
Yeah.
I haven't had a moment. I haven't had a pay-per-view in quite some time where I realized that I was just watching it.
Yeah.
Like normally, because I watch it the day after, I will skip through segments and just be like, okay, move. I want to get to the match because that's honestly what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see the match. All Out, I ended up from Kingston to just before the Young Bucks, which is a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
I just straight up watched the show.
Yeah, same here.
And I didn't realize it.
See, it was during the Bucks matchup because I knew it was gonna be a spot fest.
Yes.
I could watch, literally turn back to it at any point in the movie in there and not miss anything.
Oh,
and,
no.
The calling and everything. So I did a little stuff on the side, but it was on my I got an adapter for my another adapter for my Mac.
Yep.
Book, so I can have my other monitor hooked up to as well. So on my TV is All Out. I'm working off to the side on a smaller monitor for my Excel wrestling thing I decided to pick back up. But I kept turning back to it. Normally when I do this, it's on the smaller of my laptop screen, but this was no full screen, took up.
Oh yeah.
And I kept back. I could follow the entire thing. Like halfway through, I turned back and then I didn't stop. I didn't continue until it was done. And it was definitely a great matchup. Finally, the Lucha Brothers have finally won the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah.
They probably shouldn't have won them sooner than this, but at the same time, you know what? It is what it is. But they won them in a brutal, and the fact that the celebration they had, the fans,
they loved it.
They went nuts when the Lucha Brothers actually won, and then seeing Pentagon Jr. I don't care what they actually call him. When his daughters came out,
yeah,
and he's hugging them and everything, it was like, wow. His daughters were, and he got that blood. Damn. So that was a great moment, especially right in the middle of there. But yeah, that was a matchup. What came after that?
Okay, well, let's just start off with
let's go through.
Let's go through it in order.
So the opening matchup was Miro defending the TNT Championship against Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
We knew Miro was going to retain here. It was not going to happen.
Yeah.
Someday I think Kingston will hold that TNT Championship.
But I got caught up in this match to the point that I was cheering for Eddie to kick out one more time.
Yeah, it was a great matchup. I had a feeling that we were going to see Desperate Miro do something at some point in this.
Oh, yeah.
To maintain, because he usually ends his matchups within the first 5-6 minutes. That's actually, they made a quote. His average match length is about 7 minutes. So this one did not go 7 minutes. It went longer than 7 minutes.
Because Kingston's a brawler.
Because it went 8 minutes. I don't actually know how long it actually went. 13. Yeah, that's about. I was gonna say about 15 minutes. I was guessing. And this was a good matchup. Great spots here. Showed that the people Miro's been defending against may not be the best at the moment.
No.
So when he gets a more challenging opponent, he maybe not as dominant as he thought he was.
Exactly.
So it was a good matchup, and the fact that when he beat him, he didn't make him tap out or pass out. He did a super, I can't remember what the kick he calls it, bouncing off the ropes and everything, and then pinning him.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good matchup there. I want to see Miro and Malachi Black, because come on, he's the Redeemer.
Yes.
You had the Devil.
Exactly.
Come on.
Build to it next year.
No, for the TNT Championship.
Ooh. Full Gear or Revolution?
Full Gear. But yeah, I'd love to see that. But okay, then the next matchup was
Jon Moxley defeating Satoshi Kojima by
Yes.
pinfall.
That was a matchup.
Yes.
And I don't know much about Kojima, but I felt like I did during the matchup.
Oh God, yeah. Like the fact that I was just like, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was by the end of it, I was like, look, this is an older wrestler.
Yep.
But he's still, of course, able to hold his own. And I'm like, all right. And Mox is, Mox, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to put it at that.
The fact that he's the first, I think, and still the only person who held the IWGP the IWG Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
And the All Elite, Japan Wrestling's Triple Crown Championship at the same time.
I believe so.
Yeah, because he did hold it. I think he's the only one, but he was the only one or the first person to do it.
Yeah.
So wow. And the fact that there was a spot where Tajima just holds out his right arm and Mox stopped when he was charging him because that's his arm for his lariat.
Yeah, it's what they say. Basically, he has like that. His lariat is better than JBL's.
And JBL did a good lariat.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
So Moxley is like, nope, not going to be part of that.
And Kojima did hit a lariat, but it was with his left arm, not the right arm.
Exactly.
So, but this was definitely a good matchup there. And then we got Minoru
Suzuki coming out at the end of it.
Here's the reason
and hitting Mox with a gotch pile driver.
Yep. So here's the thing. Here's the reason why I think what Mox did to piss off Japan.
Oh, what's that?
He issued a challenge to Japan, and the only person who was willing to put their name was Kojima. And he did a whole promo because it was supposed to be the ace of New Japan, Tanahashi, defending the U.S. title against him, but he was defending it against Kota Ibushi, literally the night before All Out on Saturday.
All right.
So which he did retain.
Woohoo!
So apparently that is the goal to have that matchup, but because of travel, COVID, all this stuff, there's no way he's going to get there.
No, not in time.
Even if he got there in time, he's not going to want to go right into a match. Even if he had an hour to warm up, he's not going to want to.
No.
He's older. He's in his 40s.
Uh-huh.
So he's not going to want to do that. So it was best. So they turned it into a promo. So, okay, this is the only guy who's willing to put his name on the contract. Nozoru Mizuki apparently was willing to put his name on the contract because he showed up.
He's like, I don't want to have that match with you. I want to beat you up afterwards.
More than likely, he was probably he saw New Japan probably said, if we send him over to do some stuff with AEW for them, he could do some stuff for Strong as well for a taping, and then come back to Japan.
Yep.
And everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's on Strong show for a few episodes, which would be again a great thing.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, that was a great little thing. Great spot there. Really, I did feel like the end of Moxley and Kojima kind of was great, but it did kind of it dipped a little bit in crowd excitement.
It did.
But when that music hit,
but Suzuki coming out,
and when people some people cheered immediately because they recognized the music. Mm-hmm. But when people saw Suzuki on there, they like, oh, that's what I did. Okay, what was next?
The AEW Women's World Championship. Dr. Britt Baker defeating DMD. Defeating Chris Statlander with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
By submission.
And Orange showed a lot of more motion in this.
He certainly did.
Like, get up! And walked right in. She walked right into a curb stomp.
Whatever.
But this was okay. It wasn't. I thought this match could have been a little bit better, but it was still good.
Oh yeah, no, it was still a very solid match.
This matchup was There was never my doubt in my mind. We never got in a spot where I thought Chris Statlander was going to walk out the champion.
No.
I wish we did, but this matchup wasn't there for that. This matchup was there to show off Chris Statlander how much better she is in the ring than when she first debuted.
Mm-hmm.
Also to get her in front of a huge audience, like when she debuted, she wasn't, and then she got injured and was out.
Yes.
For a very long time. So this was to get her reintroduced, really push her, saying, no,
Pay
not
attention.
now, someday, but
Sunday?
Someday.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday. But yes, so that was there because we all knew what they were gonna go for. The main fight here is Thunder Rosa Britt Baker, but we may not get that though.
No.
So what was the next matchup? Was that
following that was the Lucha Brothers defeating the Young Bucks, who went to Arts and Crafts and made themselves a really tacky shoe.
Yes.
Ba-dum-bum. It was so tacky. Ba-dum-bum.
I don't know if tacky would be the correct answer for that. A kind of pointless shoe.
No. It had a point.
No,
it had multiple of them. Ba-dum-bum.
It had multiple points, but again, it's just not the kind of points you want.
No. Ask Penta.
I think they went to get a cleat and they did it wrong.
Yeah, but it was. By the way, because it's live.
Yeah.
Brandon's toss of that bag.
Yeah.
Was perfect.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
If he
I was
messed it up,
dude. Like you could actually see there's a moment between him and Matt where they both look at each other and went, "All right,
okay.
That worked."
It worked, yeah. But yeah, that matchup was great. And just having them win, blood feud. Like it was a blood feud.
It was blood feud.
Blood feud. The feuding. Part 5.
No, that was part 2. It was there was blood feud. Blood Feud 2, the feuding. Blood Feud 3, what was... I know Blood Feud 5 was New Year, New Blood.
Adam, what are you talking about?
New England Wrestling Alliance. They've already done 5 pay-per-views of Blood Feud.
Yeah, you mean that garbage of a show?
Oh, come on. It's no Duffy Wrestling League.
That's one. Anyway, but yes, it was definitely great, and it'll be great to see what they do next. This was actually the moment where I had to take my first break. I actually took no breaks.
Was after this and just before the women's battle royale.
I didn't take a break. I mean, if you count, like, how long was your break?
I literally went out for a smoke and came back.
Okay, then yes, I took a break because I took a break literally to go get some food. To me, that's not a break.
It was a natural beat moment.
A break for me is like when you take like 30 or 40 minutes before coming back.
Oh, you go do something else for a moment?
Or maybe you do something, you're doing something else with a space in between.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
So, but yeah, no. And then we had the women's casino battle royale.
Yes.
This one was a little shocking because I was surprised that we had so many people eliminated so early on. I'm not sure we needed that many eliminations right off the bat.
Yeah, it really, it felt fast.
Yeah. The one thing I would have loved to see is Sky Blue at least get elimination. She earned her spot after having a tear of a match with Red Velvet on a special edition of AEW Dark that aired before. And Tony Khan came out and gave her a spot. Unfortunately, Julia Hart had to be removed to keep it at 21, so Ruby Soho could be the Joker. Oh, spoilers.
Oh, what?
Oh, no.
No.
But it was still great. Like, the fact that someone came in for a matchup, to do a match, did a good job, and got a reward for it. and saying, "How dare you? You're a jobber. You don't do that. You get punted. We're never going to use you again like a certain company."
Right.
Impact. How dare they? Fuck the owl.
Yeah, this match, I mean,
But
we got Anna Jay and Tay Conti actually being able to team up.
Yep.
The Bunny and Penelope Ford teaming up.
Yep.
Hinting at a women's tag team division. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Which
Come
we
on,
should.
come on. You know.
But yes.
Abaddon actually, like, in my opinion, cool. I've always enjoyed her.
I don't get her. I don't like her.
The funniest part is the fact that she was eliminated second.
Yes.
She's like, hey!
She eliminated Sky Blue.
Yes.
See, I would have done the reverse. Like, have, like, Abaddon may do a tear real quick, and then do one of those poses, and then Abaddon, Sky Blue gets there, and then Abaddon chases her, which allows her to walk into someone tossing her over the ropes to get eliminated. But I just don't get Abaddon. I just don't like.
I was really disappointed that Sheeta was eliminated sixth.
Yeah, I was surprised.
We thought that she had something, going on, but
nope. Also the fact that Rio was eliminated, but wasn't eliminated. She went through the ropes.
Yes.
And Justin Roberts. Damn you, Justin Roberts. No wonder why WWE fired you. No, you're a great ring announcer.
Yes.
But
announced that she had been eliminated.
And she just walked to the back. And we both had her as our second pick.
No! She wasn't your second pick.
She wasn't?
No.
Who was my second pick?
To be determined.
No, that's my first pick.
Oh, yeah, that was your first pick. Riho was your second pick.
Yes, so was yours.
Oh, yeah, that was mine, too. Why did I don't... Never mind. Never mind.
Because we love Riho.
Yes.
We love Riho. Riho. Turn heel, join the elite. You belong
yes, exactly.
there. You absolutely belong there. But yeah, so
I don't know if for me anyway, the match felt fast.
Yes.
But it didn't feel like they were trying to make it fast.
No.
It felt more like everyone just accidentally, when two wrestlers just go a little faster than you probably should, and you're like, so that match went quick, huh, guys? And they're like, look, we were just in it.
No, possibly part of it I think was because it came after that amazing cage match.
That's true.
The fans were dead for a little while.
I mean, and both matches are the same length.
Yeah.
Like the tag team match was 5 seconds longer.
But it was because it was such a great matchup, they were burned out, so it kind of hurt this matchup. So I think that maybe because of all the eliminations, I know a lot of people don't like pick on like the whole 5 people coming out at once. I hated that concept because at Double or Nothing when they did that first, you just had 5 people coming out and no one really got to shine.
Right.
At least now everyone gets their entrance to come out.
Yes.
Sure, you don't have their spot. But we're still in the early days of this kind of battle royale.
I like their idea of 5 come out, but they each get their entrance.
Yes, I mean, it's an evolution.
And then,
but people are talking about how in the Royal Rumble, one person comes out, they come in and they do like a run spot of the ring, like they come in and get like a big boost right off the bat.
Yeah,
something like that. No one really gets that. But like I said, we're only in the 3rd year and we've only had like 4 of these.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're now doing entrances, we're discovering how to better improve upon it.
Yeah,
and in the future they will figure out a way to give that. Do something with that.
I honestly kind of feel that the WWE method of the buzzer goes off, it's the crowd goes nuts, you get a boost moment in the ring. I feel it's overplayed to the point that it's too formulaic.
Well, yes, but it makes sense because you're the fresh person, and
well, yeah, but
not every person who goes into the Royal Rumble is at that level.
Yeah,
who deserves it? Do you really think Jinder Mahal deserves that?
No.
You really think what's his name when he was there? One man band, Heath Slater.
Yes.
Did you really think
he deserves to have, the comeback? Sorry, if we're talking the video games, that comeback move time.
Yeah.
No.
Do you really think sliding under the ring, what's his name?
Titus Worldwide
deserves to have that? His size, kind of, but nah. The fact, by the way,
He plays the company line pretty well, though.
yes, he does. He's a great human being too. All the work he does outside
Honestly,
the
if
company.
you're working for a company and that's kind of more of the work that you do than what's in the ring,
yeah,
I'd be like, you can just decide not to put me in the ring.
Yeah.
I'm doing all this other stuff.
So, but by the way, I watched a recent viewing of that. Like, I can't remember what I was watching, but they showed it. You know, when he was coming down,
Adam Blampier's list from Parts Fun Known. I know exactly what video you're talking about. It's the unintentional hilarious moments in wrestling.
That was the one. But so, if you notice, when he's coming down, he's dead center in the ring.
He slides to the left.
Yes, because right in the center of that
It's a post.
It's a post.
Normally, most WWE rings don't have that post.
No, it does. They do. They have one there a lot of the time. He knew that was there, and he tilted himself. He knew it was going, and he couldn't stop himself. But he knew something was there, and he's
like, "Yep, I'm gonna slide over here."
And he basically saved himself from possibly breaking his collar, major surgery,
collarbone at the least collarbone, by the way.
So
because otherwise, that is face first.
No, he would have gone shoulder first.
Yeah, but if he didn't move at all, it would have been
no. If he went the way he's going, if he did not move, it would have been his right shoulder hitting that bar.
All right.
So that's why he only moved a little bit to the left. He didn't move. He doesn't move. It took me many times to seeing it to realize he actually moved out of the way of it. But anyway, let's talk the Joker. So we all had a feeling of who it was. And by the way, Adam, there was only one other person acceptable to be the Joker. Only one. And no, it's not Mickey James. I love me some Mickey, but it's not Mickey James. You know who it is?
Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Mark Hamill?
No. We're talking about the Joker card in a...
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Who?
Maki Ito. She is the only other person I would have accepted as the Joker. But we got who we thought we were going to get. It's Ruby Soho. And, by the way, did you hear why she picked Ruby Soho for her name?
No.
The lead vocalist of Rancid reached out to her and told her, you should pick the name Ruby Soho.
Because their song.
Yes, this way you could use our song, Ruby Soho, as your entrance music. So, and she did, and it worked.
Yes, it does.
And the fact that you hearing her
Punk
talk,
music.
if you hear her talk afterwards, like the media blitz, and it's talking about hearing the people happy that she was there, like super excited, calling her name out for her to come out as the Joker, was like something she's never felt before. I was like, that's awesome. Also, by the way, sooner rather than later, I've got to have Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa matchup.
Well, of course. After seeing how this match ends, yes, I want them to face each other.
I want to see that matchup so bad. But yes, Ruby Soho won. To be determined. Got it. So, which is there, which actually I personally agree with. It's a great way to just throw her out there. Say, hey, we're going to put her out there, meaning she's going to play a role here.
Yep.
She doesn't have to win the championship, but I actually think they might actually do it. Because
but you know, all the WWE fanboys will immediately go, see, they're just being like WCW and TNA, and they're just taking ex-WWE people and just pushing them immediately.
Some cases, that's okay to do.
I know.
It's not like WCW when they just came in and they got a world title shot or right immediately every single time.
Yeah.
She had to go through a matchup that gave her that.
Yeah.
Or would have gone through major wins.
But Tim,
I know.
It's predetermined. So Tony is just pushing her immediately.
Yeah.
And
she deserves to be given a push because she is 11-year vet, where most of the women in the AEW are like a 4-year vet.
Exactly.
They need top talent with that kind of level of experience in the main event to help younger talent win. Get better.
Thank you.
That's why TNA did it so much. Jarrett pushed himself. Yes, he was the owner, but he had the most experience.
Also, yes, at the time, he was the only one that had a name outside of the company.
And Hogan and Singh, who did pop in a few times, Savage came in there a few times for spots, but nothing major.
But they weren't staying.
Yes, Jarrett was the only consistency, so you had to rely on him. And Jarrett knew you have to have someone with experience to help a bunch of young people. That's why he got people like Raven, Rhino to come in. People who had experience. He worked with in the past. He brought them in because he knows they can work, who can help them. And they had names, maybe not as well known as him at that time.
Yep.
But they still had a name that could draw people towards it. The people he wanted there to help get the name out. And it worked.
Exactly.
He just was in the main event way too long, unfortunately.
Yes.
Which led to Christian Cage. Then to Sting coming in, signed a big deal. Then Kurt Angle. And unfortunately Booker T. And then Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
And Hogan. All of them. R. Van Dam was a fine pick. It was just how many more came all at once. Having too many people debut all at once is not okay. Yet, finally, thing that happens later on, and it worked perfectly. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So, Ruby Soho wins there. What was the next matchup? This was
next
Jericho,
up
right?
Was Jericho defeating MJF by submission.
Jericho lost. MJF pinned him.
No.
2 or 3 count. Jericho cannot wrestle.
Jericho's foot was already on the ropes before the third count.
No, it got on there afterwards, but it broke the ropes, so it still counts anyway.
And luckily there was a second ref around.
Why don't they always have second ropes? Oh, that's right, because
heels need to do heel things.
Yes,
okay.
They do.
Like
you could do the 2 ref thing and still get work around it. It's just when you put a limitation on it, you have to come up with a creative solution.
Exactly.
That's all what it comes down to. That's what limits are there for. You come up with a creative solution. This is why WWE doesn't do it, because they have no creativity over there.
What?
Wait, my bad. Vince has no creativity over there. We don't know about the writer's room because we don't know what they can actually do, because Vince just rips all that shit up half the time.
So Jericho does win here after the match was restarted.
Yep.
The entire match was right there. MJF had the upper hand. I'll just say that now. He had the upper hand.
There was a major botch here, though.
Oh my God! No, what?
You know what the major botch was?
What?
The guitar to Judas and having the fans. That just was not. It was great to have the fans singing to the ring again.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, not having the soundtrack to handle it. Didn't help.
Also, the guitarist actually was playing fast.
Yes, and he was blown out. It
Yep.
was a little too loud.
Oh God, yes.
So the fans were trying, and when we got to the part with the chorus, it got better.
Oh yeah.
But even when they sang into the ring on Dynamite, they mumbled through the lyrics and then got to the chorus dead on.
Well, yes, because
no one knows really what the lyrics are.
Look, they're lyrics, okay, man.
They know part of certain spots of the lyrics. They just know the chorus, and that's what everyone loves about it. And by the way, it just dawned on me, Jericho's original music from WWE, Break the Walls Down.
Yeah.
You know he had that in WCW?
Really?
Yeah, when not when he first debuted. It was like about a year after he actually had. You hear that I could have been watching Nitro, and it has "Break the Walls Down," and it's like, no wonder why people recognized it when that thing hit, when the countdown clock for the Millennium.
Yeah.
For when he debuted on Raw and the Rock, people really knew because they recognized because WCW doesn't have their music playing through the TV.
Oh, it's just arena sound?
But you can pick. Sometimes you can get the people's music through the TV. It's like they pick and choose which ones you're going to hear.
Yeah. So I have a theory about that it actually is Chris Jericho's.
Yeah.
He made it?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm assuming that was.
Which means that he owned the rights to it. So he was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
WWE, I literally own this.
Yeah.
So
I want to use
you
this.
won't be all of my fans that know me from this entrance music,
Yep.
boom, you drop this, and they're like, well, what about WCW trying to sue us for it? I own it.
I wrote it.
I'm literally giving you the permission for it right this second. I wrote it. I performed it.
It's in my contract that you're using to use it.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
So like
Hit the music.
But yeah, by the way, it was a nice little dig on MJF's to do the Millennium Countdown again.
Yeah.
And then go Jericho's last match and throw everyone off, and then have MJF's music playing. Like, oh, you got us, MJF.
Oh yes.
It was a nice little. But yeah, the botch was that was bad. But it was a great matchup overall. I don't think we necessarily needed the whole ropes miscommunication, like thinking he was retired element of it. You could have done like a 3 count and Aubrey Edwards hits, but Jericho kicked out.
Yeah.
Got his shoulder just up at the very last second. She said it was a 2 count, but it still had MJF going, no, I beat him. He's gone. And then like, no, it was a 2 count. And you could basically have them do the Jericho and Aubrey stuff that Jericho was doing with her when he was a heel. You suck.
You suck.
You suck. Bite me.
Okay. He goes over and bites her. She disqualifies him. Chris Jericho wins.
Yeah.
He's like, what? What?
It was still a good matchup, but we knew Jericho wasn't in it.
This is not the time.
It could have been. It would have been a bad end, but
no.
I think he has a little bit more left in him.
Yes, he certainly does.
And then we have, unfortunately, the return of the Punk. Who wanted this kid to come back ever? Like, no one.
Me?
Oh, yeah, me too.
Me?
My bad.
You?
The whole CM Punk to AEW confirmed. CM Punk to AEW confirmed. Daniel Bryan.
Everyone. CM Punk. Everyone knows CM Punk confirmed.
Kevin Owens is AEW confirmed in 6 months.
Maybe. Hopefully. I mean,
according to WWE backstage, people think he's going to leave WWE when his contract's up. Confirmed.
Yes. We can confirm that, but oh my god, CM Punk and Darby Allin literally did the 1-2-3 Kid versus Bret Hart.
Yeah.
So not only do we have to worry about CM Punk having any kind of ring rust, but then he goes out and decides to do not just a match that you go, well, there's hardly any freaking rust on him. No, it's just age.
There was a lot. No, there was rust on him. And they played into that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't actually know how much rust he has because they played into that. It was part of the story.
Exactly.
And that's why I think they did that they picked that matchup to kind of reduplicate. Because it's like, I'm here to get Darby over. So why don't I just do a matchup as part of the ring rust? I have ring rust. I do. Let's be honest. So let me play into that. Let him do 80% of the offense. And as the story goes on, I can pick it up. I feel more comfortable. As the match goes on, I'll get more comfortable. Like riding a bike, he always says.
Once you're on it.
Not always an easy, but it was like riding a bike. We can pick it up, and exactly what it is. And it's exactly how I thought the match was going to end.
Yeah.
Darby's going to go for something. Punk counters it, wins. Experience over...
of course.
Is what in the end, he may be older, but he still has the experience, and spirits will be over daredeviling majority of the time. And
I got to say, one thing that Darby does so well every single time is fall out of the ring.
Oh, yeah, that first GTS.
Yes, where literally he pulls a John Cena.
Yeah.
That's a literal moment from the CM Punk John Cena match.
Yeah, if you watch that, when after he hits it, you see Darby's head turn to the side,
so he can spot the rope,
and he just slips. Like he doesn't even hit him; he just slips out like he's full of grease.
Oh yeah,
it's probably one of the smoothest slips through the ring between the ropes.
The weirdest part is he butt bumps on the apron.
Yeah,
which. If you ever see anybody else ever do that, you're like, oh god, they're gonna land on their head.
Yep,
and he still somehow just like slithered and like became oil for a second and landed on the mats on the outside like nothing happened.
Oh, you mean kind of like when CM Punk threw him in the corner and he purposely fit through the top turnbuckle and the middle turnbuckle to hit the pole?
Yeah, and then 360 no scope off into the corner,
onto the outside.
Yeah.
Darby Allin.
Darby.
And then that's the funny
thing. Like, the joke is, Joey Janela, please don't die. Yeah. No, Darby, seriously, please don't die.
So the funny thing is, afterwards, Punk says, what's next? I don't know. But I hope to God it's not going to be Darby Allin. Because he's going to learn from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, way to put over stuff. Like you said, he came in to say, I want to help out the younger guys. He put Darby over in defeat.
Yes.
Like Cody put Darby over by doing a time limit draw. You can put people over in defeat, but WWE doesn't do that.
No.
If you're not a guy who's talented, we're not going to make you look good because you shouldn't look good because why? Which
is weird because the WWE is super known for putting guys over that aren't good.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, no, they win, therefore they're good. And you're like, no.
You can have them lose and still look good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, oh my God. Anyway, this was a great matchup. This is where I skipped through the next matchup because I didn't fucking care.
No offense to you, Big Show. I mean, sorry, that's a slip of my JR.
Giant.
Giant. Paul White.
Paul White.
I honestly, I said it before. I didn't care about this match because of QT Marshall.
But yes, and QT Marshall, yes, take offense. You should.
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
No one expected.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I skipped through it. I didn't even realize. I thought it was maybe like a 5, 6, or 7 minute matchup.
3 minutes.
Because I was like, this is taking really long. Maybe it's like actually a longer match than I thought. Okay, it was shorter. It was just. I was not scrolling as fast as I thought I did.
Yeah.
So, because I just didn't care. And this match was there to be a buffer from CM Punk and the main event.
Yes.
That's why it was on there.
Exactly.
It was a bathroom break.
And it actually was really good to put that buffer in there.
But yeah. And then we had the main event. CM Punk, not CM Punk. Christian Cage getting his AEW World Title shot.
Sorry about that.
And then, surprisingly, we didn't actually get the Impact World Title on the line as well.
No.
A lot of people were thinking they should have.
Kind of thankful for that.
I kind of wish it did, though.
A little bit, yes.
Because I kind of like the idea of just Kenny getting the belt back, but at the same time, I do like Christian still being the Impact World Champion. He can go over there. But I do kind of wish that it wasn't Christian who was going to put someone over. I wish Kenny would have put someone over on Impact over.
Yeah.
When he dropped the belt. Yeah. But we don't know what's going to happen. We don't. Maybe Kenny will get it back. Who knows? So only time will tell. But this was an okay matchup, and then it became a great matchup.
Well, okay, I got to say that second rope one wing angel, Christian.
Spoilers. We're not there yet.
No.
We're not at the end of the match yet.
Oh, I thought the great part was the aftermatch.
Well, yeah, it's that too.
Okay.
That was just awesome. Yes,
go on.
But no, it started out as like, okay, this is good, but
yeah.
It was really because you're burned out from CM Punk and Darby Allin.
Yes.
And I unlike the people there who watched it live, I didn't get that buffer because I skipped it. Because I didn't give a fuck.
I oddly enough wasn't burnt out, though. I skipped and just went, all right, Kenny.
When I say I wasn't burnt out, I mean, it affected me enough where it took a little bit longer to get into the matchup. It was still a good matchup, even at the beginning, but as you get going, it does pick up, and it was a great spot. The whole calling out people to help, and then that not working out, like every time Kenny does it.
Yep.
Pretty much. But yeah, it just kind of built there, but no one thought Christian was walking out with the belt.
No.
No. So, and one thing I don't like his finisher anymore. What is it called?
Kill switch?
The kill switch. I just don't like it. It's just too easy to slip your hands out from it in me. Now, if he did the double rotation one, like when people like in 2K games where you rotate around and then fall down into it,
Okay.
that I'd be okay with, because that way, because you're not just holding it there before you drop down, you get it and you rotate, so you're keeping them doing something, making it harder to get out of.
Yeah, whatever.
And it also just looks cooler, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see someone do that finisher.
I mean,
I know people do, but I want to see someone on an actual national level.
So he always wanted to do I forget what it's called, but Shannon Moore has done it. You lock they're facing down and you sit out.
You mean the vertebraker?
Yeah, the vertebraker.
You mean Shane Helms?
Shane Helms. Was it really Shane Helms? Okay.
Because he did it a few times when he came over to WWE after WCW got bought out, and they quickly stopped that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Vince was like, "You're gonna break someone's neck." He never injured.
That's what it's meant to make you think.
He never injured anyone in WCW with that move. I can understand, but at the same time, and the key thing is, there was a few times I will say, it looked worse than it did.
Yes.
Because of how you hit. Because you just didn't get. If you take a second longer to let them when you're about to go, they push them out so their back goes, they're back to back, and then they just raise their back out. So when they come down and he lets go, they can just go straight to the back and hit instead of really close to the neck. Sometimes he did. I love that finisher.
But it's a take on that. It's a safer take on that.
Yes. You can still do that, but at the same time, I understand. But yeah, it was a good matchup.
Yeah.
And then you have the Elite come down, watching Matt and Nick limp down. I almost thought we might see them get kicked out a little bit, because I didn't
not yet.
I didn't buy into it like completely, but at a moment they're kind of like, because they're injured and everything, but I wasn't too bought into it. But then they start beating up on Christian. We get Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus.
Yep, they come out,
come down, get some offense, but then they get beat up. And then we get Kenny's promo. People talking, and he gets like,
not scared of anything or anyone.
Anyone who's good enough is retired,
not here, or dead.
Retired or dead. And then we got the first debut.
The lights go out.
Yeah. And it's Adam Cole, baby. Coming out.
Sorry, you said it wrong. It's Mr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Mr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Come on, get it correct.
And then he comes out and he's warming up, like he's like ready to show off, because he got triple super kicked.
He did. And then on BTE they poisoned his monster.
So, and then they killed him. But
they killed him.
Somehow he's back from the dead. But then he super kicks Jungle Boy and he joins it.
Of course he does.
I missed that Kenny was part of the double kiss. He's like, "Come on, boys, yeah!" And we got the Young Bucks kissing his cheeks, and then Kenny's on his head. I missed that. I saw it on the phone. I'm like, "Oh, Kenny isn't on that."
Yeah, yeah.
Adam Cole's hair was just blocking. Adam Cole and Kenny's hair were blocking Kenny from
being able to see that Kenny was actually kissing the back of his head.
I would expect nothing less than Adam Cole coming and joining them. Just does not make any sense for him to be against them yet.
I have to step out of the office for 1 second. Tim, can you cover the show? Give me like 3 minutes?
You mean the Tim Show?
Yeah.
Yes, it is finally official, and forevermore will be known as the Tim Show. It's a Tim Show tonight. Be back in just a second. Nope, it's a Tim Show. You walk out the door, it is a Tim Show. Anyway, it makes no sense for Adam Cole to go against the Super Elite, the Elite, whatever they're calling themselves these days, because they're all friends. Come on. I mean, we all know it. He's always backstage at All Out, at AEW events because of his buddies. I mean, his freaking girlfriend is there, Britt Baker, DMD. And make sure you say DMD, and you have to do it DMD. And you have to do the finger point at each letter, or you're doing it wrong. Britt Baker told me I had to say that. Anyway, so it just makes sense, and it's great, especially just kind of see him different. Doing something a little bit different than what he was doing in NXT, and just having fun with his friends, his boys. The boys are back. I feel like we need to introduce some music here. Like, hey Adam, you think we could get the High School Musical 2 on The Boys Are Back? Oh, High School Musical 3, The Boys Are Back music to put in here because the boys are back. You know.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. The boys
about.
are back. The Young Bucks, the Elite, they're the boys. He's with his boys. The boys are back. So you gotta put the Boys Are Back song from High School Musical 3. Yes, I've watched that musical.
Oh God.
Shoot me.
I no. You've had enough pain already. But yeah, Adam Cole back. I don't know what you were saying when I was out.
I was just pointing out that Britt Baker has told us we have to make sure you say DMD with the finger point, or
of
we're
course.
doing it wrong.
Okay.
But also just the fact that Adam Cole, it was no shock. The boys were there. His boys were there. His girlfriend was there. He's always there.
It was not a shock. That was not a shock of him showing up.
And even he said it was pretty clear that it was an easy decision to go there. He liked what he was doing in NXT. He had a good rapport there. He enjoyed himself there. But it was just, he had all his friends here, and he just made sense. I will say this: it does seem like a down step to him a little bit, from going from being a leader of a stable to being just another member of a stable. But at the same time, if you look at the ratings, AEW was here.
Yeah.
NXT was here.
Exactly.
And yes, I know you can't see what I'm doing.
Oh no, you know.
You don't need to know what I actually see it because you know.
One of them was in this spot, and the other one was in this spot.
No.
Sorry.
Down. Keep going. Right there.
Okay.
There.
Below the table.
There we go. I can't see it.
It's on the floor.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go. So it just kind of makes sense. So it was a great little spot there, and then we get Kenny's sign off, and
good night. What is it? Good night and good luck.
I don't know. Wish you adieu. And then he's like getting something, and then we get another debut.
Flight of the Valkyries,
which
comes over
knows,
all the music.
And it's Bryan Danielson. And yes, he's going by Bryan Danielson again.
Yes, thank you. The American Dragon.
We don't know if he's using that name yet.
I don't know, but I mean, right away, I was just like, I'm so glad that Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, is here.
Yeah. He comes down, and he just lights him up and just gets involved.
We get a flying knee from him.
Yeah, flying knee.
Was it Adam Cole or was it?
No, it was Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson that takes it. Yeah.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I have to say,
it may have been Brandon Cutler. I can't remember. Only there's a magical device that we could look things up on. I don't know. But
yeah, I have to go find that spot.
Yeah, it's not that hard to spot. It's at the very end.
Well, I mean, so what?
You just wanted to fill that little gap of space when no one was talking in. Anyway, he gets immediately in the gripes of everything. There he goes. There he is. Yep, gets right in front of people.
Kenny just ducks the F out.
He just ducks out and he's like, nope, I'm not, I just had a match. Nope, I'm done. It might have been. It was Nick who gets the yes kicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
that
was
was ridiculous.
No, it was Nick who took it.
It was Nick. I forgot about that.
I forgot one. Yeah. Oh, the brutal side kick, roundhouse kick from Luchasaurus. Yeah, I forgot it was Nick.
Nick is just barely getting back to his feet and
poor
running knee strike.
Poor Nick after that brutal cage match. Then has to take a flying knee.
But the faces are in the show in the ring.
You send the fans home happy. And Bryan Danielson.
He made them happy, and they said yes to it.
He said nothing. He addressed the crowd afterwards, but he said nothing and just got immediately involved there. And I love how he said at the media blitz, he's like Punk came to work with the younger crowd. I came here to beat them the fuck up.
Yes,
like, they call themselves
which is what Daniel Bryanson, the American Dragon,
Bryan Danielson,
Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. That was his thing in the Indies.
Yeah.
Was that no? I'm just here to beat you up.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh wait, there's a belt involved. All right.
But he's like, he wants to beat people up, and he talks about how like people are saying like they're elite. Well, we're gonna find out because they can claim they're elite. But I am elite.
Well, crap. Now we have 3 people vying for the thing because we have Bryan Danielson, who's the who is elite,
who has been elite long before the elite was the elite.
We've got Kenny Omega, the best bout machine.
Yep.
And we have CM Punk, the best in the world.
Yeah, I think best in the world.
Oh, and Chris Jericho is the best there is at what he does.
Yeah, I think we need a 4-way matchup
it's called For the Best.
Yes. It's not for the belt. It's just
it's just the best.
The only person who gets to use the best.
Yeah.
But ironically, if Kenny loses, he can still use Elite because Elite's not on the line. Only the best is.
Only best.
But yeah, it was still a great surprise there. Again, normally, under WWE rules, you only have one debut because it will take away from the other debut if you have more than one debut.
None of these took away from each other.
It fit perfectly to the debuts.
Yes.
You worked them in. If you go back and watch the height of Nitro, they had multiple debuts in a show, and they worked them into where it fit and how they wanted it to fit.
Now, what WCW did wrong was doing multiple debuts and then not doing anything with them following that.
Yes.
Or only concentrating on one of the 7 people that they had show up and then screwing that up.
Yeah. Well, that came later. I am now on Nitro 98.
By the way, I recently had somebody literally use I'm just gonna say the words that were involved in this sentence, and that was the NWO and good storytelling were in the exact same sentence.
Well, in a sense, they weren't wrong in a sense, because originally, it was.
Yes, that's when it was an idea.
No.
But the practicality of the NWO storyline...
By the end of NWO,
through the entirety of it.
No, it was actually... Because you're talking to the guy who's literally watched...
I know.
Recently.
I know.
It was good. Because I'm actually in the spot we're about to get the Wolf Pack.
Sorry.
Split.
Sorry, I missed a word in his statement. It was good long-term storytelling.
No.
It was week to week. The storytelling continued on pretty well, but
they had They didn't know how to end it.
Pay-per-view to pay-per-view, you could get different stories.
They had they had a decent idea of maybe opponents out for Hogan in the NWO. They didn't necessarily have the story.
No.
But it's. In the beginning, it actually worked. They were doing a lot of that, and if a lot of their matchups, not everything worked out as gold before the NWO. The whole three-tier cage match, where literally the heels were locked in one part of the chamber, and they were literally holding onto it, but also trying to make it look like they were trying to get in, so it wouldn't actually open, because it wasn't really sturdy to...
Yep.
And everything didn't work out. And the fact that they literally broke part of the cage early on, and battled around the ring and then backed over to it. Yeah, but they were doing a lot of that stuff there, and it was still decent. NWO, they kind of refined it and made it a little bit better. But overall, there was no long-term plan. Bischoff was admitted to this.
Yeah.
And he admits that one of the things, like, he didn't have a plan to how to elevate the mid-card. He just kind of went, like, he was in the moment. He was working.
The company didn't have a plan.
I mean, he had a plan. He had a better plan than most people did who ran that company.
Very true.
It's why they made money. They made money, but because they just kind of relied on trying to get out, put WWE out of business, and just doing stuff, it just didn't work. And then because they didn't know what to do. when we got the Finger Poke of Doom, this happened to be on the same night that Mick Foley won the WWE Championship, and they spoiled it.
Oh yeah.
And they really went click.
For me, what really starts to, I know that the NWO was being written into a corner was right around the split when we get Wolfpack, when we get Hollywood, we get the third group, which honestly I don't even remember at this point.
Latino World Order.
No, there is a NWO.
You had the Wolfpack and you had Hollywood, the white and black and red and black. There was no other third group. Because you had the Latino World Order that was Eddie Guerrero's thing. That he
NWO Elite.
What was that? Because I don't remember them ever having that.
99.
What was it? Who was it?
It was Elite and B Team. They literally were the B Team, basically.
Don't ever remember that. Also, I'm not there in the current storylines.
Oh no, this was Thunder.
Yeah, I'm watching Thunder too.
Okay.
So I'm they were actually treating Thunder like a good part of the natural a playoff of Nitro at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how it evolves because I don't remember them ever having that originally. Also, I didn't watch Thunder all the time because I was usually out on Thursdays. I was usually at the Boys and Girls Club. Anyway, but yeah, NWO was good, but at the same time, there was no long term, and it just, yeah. I mean, come on, when it finally crumbled overall, and then they brought it back under Bret Hart, screwing Goldberg, and then Bret Hart's career ending because of Goldberg kick.
Yep.
Goldberg getting, yeah, it just. But anyway.
Not having a plan actually fucked them over.
Yeah, it was just when they after a long,
AEW seems to have some sort of plan.
I think they actually do
What?
long term. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our review of All Out. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Adam.
Yes.
What would you rate All Out?
4.5 out of 5.
Okay, I will give it a 7. No. I'm trying to hunt that. I was going to give it a 7 stars. No, I was going to give it about probably 4 point a third.
4.3333
Yes.
repeating forever?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was going to do 4.5, but I'm like, no. It's not. It's better than a quarter, but it's not as good.
All right.
I'm sorry, the Paul White thing just being, yes, it served a point, but still, no. Just didn't care.
Okay.
I will say this. It was better than Double or Nothing, where there was 2 matches on there I did not fucking care about.
Yeah, that's true.
And ironically, one of them was a QT Marshall match.
Oh my god, it's almost like we don't give a crap about QT Marshall.
No.
It's almost like he's a character that should be used on Dark.
Yeah, and
That's about it.
yeah. I get what they're trying to do, but at the same time, it's not like it's a
Like,
waste
honestly, I kind of feel that if you flipped Dustin for QT
Yep.
and how often he's used,
Yep.
I think it actually would work better.
Yeah. But there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell us your thoughts and your star rating for the show down below. Tell us what you thought of it.
Yes, please do.
And since you made it all the way to this long review of All Out, how long was it?
We're over an hour.
Over an hour you've been listening to us. So give this video a thumbs up. Smash that like button. Destroy it. Tell YouTube you enjoyed this podcast and others will too.
Yes.
And make sure you go ahead and ring that bell.
For what?
To subscribe.
Ding.
And then ring the bell.
Again? Ding, ding.
There you go.
This time to do what?
We both fucked up.
That's okay.
We got to do this whole podcast all over again.
Let's start it over again. All right, let's rewind it back.
Yeah, rewind it back. By the way, Adam,
Yeah.
your face dick joke Hey.
Thanks, bud.
Wait.
Thanks.
Why are you not wearing pants? Put on pants. Your face by.